If you're feeling a little bit discarded after perhaps your ex or someone you're romantically interested in has rejected you, and you kind of want that person or just that general feeling to come to you where you are loved and you are accepted, well, I have a little story that you might be able to relate to, and this is very important. It comes from the Bible. This is the story of the parables, or the talents, not the parables, the talents. And the story of the talents goes like this. There was a leader, and he gave his 3 servants 3 different amounts of talents, which are coins. He gave one servant 5 coins, he gave another 3 coins, and he gave another 1 coin. And then the master went off somewhere. Now, while he was away, these servants were instructed to duplicate or increase these talents, make more money with the money that you've been given. And so, the servant who had 5 coins, he went out and he duplicated that, and he made 10 coins. The servant who had 3 coins, he duplicated that, and he made up to 6 coins. But the one servant who only had 1 coin, he did nothing with it. In fact, he even buried that coin in the sand and hid it. And when the master came back one day, randomly, and he really valued the service of the servant who invested the 5 talents and the other servant who invested the 3 talents, but the one servant who disregarded and devalued the just 1 talent, he was punished, scolded, kicked out, bye-bye. And the conclusion of this story is very important, especially in the realm of manifestation. What you have, more will be given to you. But what you don't have, even what you have will be taken away from you. And I'm sure you have experienced this in real life. And so, although this story can be applied to something as simple as faith and actual riches, this can also be applied to your relationship and gratitude. Think about this. If you spent just a little bit of time with someone you really value, and then you go away for a little bit, and that you learn that the other person has been bickering and talking behind your back that entire time, they've been snarling, they get anxious that you're with someone else, they get anxious that you've been spending time with other people, are you going to want to keep in service that one person? This is like the glass half full or half empty type of thing. Are you grateful for the amount of water that you've been given, or are you ungrateful that you've been given this amount of water? A girl is going to want to come back to you if you are grateful that she's given you what she's given you. This doesn't mean that you're coming from a place of lack of self-respect. It doesn't mean that you're ignoring bad patterns. It means that you are going to enjoy the time that you spend with this person and the value that they bring, or that you recognize that they bring, if you so choose. And in doing so, I'm sure that other person is going to value what you bring to the table. Just think about that. Reverse that role for a moment. Imagine you are the one who's giving out the talents. You're spending time with certain people. And there's one person you really like, but you only need to give them just a little bit of attention, just a little bit of acknowledgement. How would you feel if that person who you kind of value quite a lot turns on you and they start being narcissistic because you won't give them what they want? What if you just needed time? What if there was something missing that you needed and you couldn't quite put your finger on it? And then that other person just starts attacking you. Like I said in some of my previous videos, when I was a small child and when I was punished by my parents, my video games were taken away from me. But when my siblings were punished, video games were not taken away from them. That is because I valued video games more than they did. This means that they were not as easily able to be punished than me. Likewise, in the same way with a relationship, right? I want you to appreciate the relationship and the value that you've been given, but do not hold on for dear life for that and pretend, oh, it's so pointless in investing in this. Just be happy and appreciate the experience that you've been given and invest in that as much as possible. Like a seed that you plant on the ground, let that grow. Because if you are an emotionally stable figure, you are going to be an attractive figure.